Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to go over our gold and silver technical analysis, or daily technical analysis. I'll give you my financial opinion, and we're just going to dive right into it. Here's the dollar, the DXY, slightly lower today. Gold and silver, they usually like a lower dollar, so we're slightly lower on the relative. This is basically a relative index. And then the 10-year yield is higher today. We're bouncing off that support level, coming up to 3.195% on the 10-year yield. And that line going across is this support line going across here that I threw in there, and we're just trying to break above it and close above it on a monthly candlestick. Looking at gold itself, gold down a little bit today, but again, it's not a large down day. It makes me think that we want to eventually turn the corner here. What I see are these two large up candlesticks and then the slow leak off of sellers. That usually resolves itself higher. And we're also sitting on top of a pattern, which is good. This is the big old pattern here. So everything to me looks actually quite good for gold. Silver, small little update today, a little wick at the top. Right at the resistance line. And then platinum basically moving sideways. I like platinum here, guys. I don't know. Maybe I just like the platinum. But we're down here. We're cheap. We're on the trend line, the support line. Everything to me looks pretty good. I mean, yeah, we may have to wait a little bit for this to untangle itself, turn back around and launch. But eventually, I think it will go in the direction that we want it to go in on the short term. The XAU to gold ratio, it's improving a little bit on the daily candlesticks, coming up a little bit. We do have, it could be a false breakdown here. We'll see. You kind of come across here. We've got a false breakdown perhaps, or maybe we head lower. We'll have to find out. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. But right at that support resistance level. And from a big picture view, we still need to break this downtrend line on the XAU to gold ratio. We still got to break it. Looking at some of the companies themselves, Corora Resources from Australia. And I'm just using this as a gauge of the overall market. We are still in this downtrend. We have not reversed it yet. I don't see any clear indications of a bottom yet. Looking at EXK, we're sitting on top of a pattern. And we've got a little update today. Again, I still think that we're looking decent sitting on top of a pattern. Fortuna Silver Mines still looks good to me. We have a small update, 2.23%. We've broken out of this descending or falling wedge to the upside. So I still think we have good upside potential here. Still looks good. SILJ moving sideways and above the trend line. So it still looks good there. We've got GDX. GDX dropping down a little bit. We'll see if we can get back within the pattern. That is this big pattern here. We had a breakout and then a sharp reversal here. Almost like it's unbelievable in that sharp reversal. We've got Metallic Minerals is a small exploration company, just moving sideways for the most part. We've got Koya Resources that is moving sideways. Just moving sideways here. Discovery Silver, down day today. We've got support down at 90 cents, 89 cents. First Majestic Silver, a little bloody forehead, bloody nose, however you want to call it. We'll see if that's usually a continuation pattern to the upside going up. This is Newmont Corporation. Extend this guy out and over. But I do see a bullish engulfing here. And it looks like it wants to try to work its way higher by looking at the short-term chart patterns. Mag Silver, bullish engulfing there, bullish engulfing there. This does look like it wants to go higher. It is sitting on top of a support area. There's your support line going down. There's your resistance line on the top. Yamana Gold. We broke out of this guy and we're just flailing around this resistance line back and forth. Impact Silver, moving sideways, very low in its pattern here. It's almost doing a full retest to this guy at the bottom here for that support. Aftermath silver getting a little bit of a sell-off today. This has that booty bottom. And this is, I don't know, down here, we just got to wait for this thing to start to come back up, and then I think it'll be a fun little ride. PLG, a nice large buying pressure there, and then the leak off of sellers. It still looks good, and we could be putting in a much larger wedge type pattern, perhaps. Something that looks like that. And this also has that booty bottom. You get the run-in and then the bottoming process. PLG and Aftermath Silver look very similar. Siboney Stillwater, still moving sideways. Not doing much there. Royalty Company, Sandstorm Gold. I do like Sandstorm Gold. They're becoming a lot more profitable, but it's bouncing off support. We've had a 35% pullback from this height, 41 and 43, as we're contracting up a little bit. Franco-Nevada heading higher. It's right at support, resistance. EMX, getting a little bit of selling pressure today versus some of the other ones. Let's go to the bottom here. That's where your support level is. Teuton Resources getting some buying pressure today. Not much of an update. We're still in that downtrend here on the right-hand side. Wheaton Precious Metals getting some buying pressure. That's good. And we're heading on higher here. But again, we've had a 30% pullback from top to bottom. We'll see if this holds and if we can break back through that resistance line. Gold Royalty selling off a little bit. This still is in a downtrend type mode. Metalla Royalty streaming. We got a bullish engulfing there. Those usually resolve in an upward fashion. Mavericks Metals getting some buying pressure today above the trend line. There's your trend line there. Royal Gold, small little update today. Trying to break out. Looks like it's trying to do that right now. Doesn't look too bad. A Cisco Gold Royalty right at support. This white line goes across this way with previous support areas. And you can move this line up and down. It could also be, somewhere in this range there. That's a bigger support level there. And then Altius looking like it's bringing this guy back up to the support level. On the dailies, we're getting these big bullish engulfing today. That looks good to go higher. That one looks really good, actually. So that's what I've got for today, guys. That's precious metals. I think they look good. They're sitting on top of patterns, the precious metals themselves. Will it take some time for them to move higher? Not exactly sure. We'll find out. But I like where they're positioned. Sitting on top of patterns where they could potentially move higher is where you want to be. So I think they look good. And the mining companies, some look good. Some are kind of still figuring their own way, trying to put in bottoms like Aftermath Silver and PLG. So the juniors are definitely lagging. And then the big guys, I think, are leading. And they don't look as bad. They're still in patterns. We still need to break out of those patterns. And I think we're just still early for this sector overall. But still lots of opportunity for the patient investor. All right, guys. We'll catch you next time. Well, actually, give me a thumb up if you like the content. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the Platinum membership in the description link below if you're interested. And we'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.